Okay, so here is the latest and greatest in Centenary sports. Fall sports is reaching its end, but thanks to the men and women's soccer teams here, they're keeping the fall sports season alive. Let's start with men's soccer. The defending CSAC champions looking to repeat their championship caliber this season. They finished the season 11-6-1 overall, good enough for 5th in the CSAC. They had a 5-4 conference record. They defeated Rosemont 2-1 on Saturday to clinch the number 5 seed in the CSAC tournament. And tonight, just a few hours ago, they defeated Gwynedd Mercy in overtime at Gwynedd Mercy 3-2. Abby Lawal and Louis Marin had goals in the game. And Magno Franco scored the game-winning goal in overtime, a freshman from Hackettstown, New Jersey.
That's correct.
What's that?
That's really great to see.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too. And now they will advance to the CSAC semifinals, where they'll be playing against top-ranked Newman, who they had lost to just last week, 2-1. So they'll be playing the undefeated top-ranked Newman for the CSAC semifinals to try to achieve a berth in the CSAC finals for the second straight year. And heading on over to women's soccer, they finished the season 10-7-1, 9-2 in the CSAC, good enough for second place. They clinched a first-round bye because of that. And on Thursday, the last game of the season, they defeated Rosemont 4-0, good enough to clinch the number 2 seed. They received the first-round bye, as I just said. And they will be playing in the CSAC semifinals tomorrow against Gwynedd Mercy, a home match here on our home turf here at Centenary at 2 o'clock. So if you have nothing to do at 2 o'clock on Wednesday, that'd be one of the best things to do.
Definitely.
That's suggested, just to throw that out there.
I might cut class and go see that.
I might too. Shh. All right, so that is the Cyclone Corner for this week. And now, on the topic of women's soccer, we have 2 players joining us in the studio from the women's soccer team. We have the goalie, Megan Williams.
Hi, guys.
Hello. And Laura Potter, the forward.
Hello.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
Good. Just tired. Yeah.
You guys seem a little bit nervous.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right.
Never done this before, Dan.
We can try this. Yeah, Dan, we can try to make themselves comfortable.
Definitely make them feel welcome.
All right.
Part
Well,
of the family.
all right, let's start off with the obvious stuff. You guys have obviously had a great season. I think in October alone, I looked this up. In October, you guys have only lost 2 games.
Yep.
And those were, remember those 2 losses? Were they?
Cabrini and Newman.
All right, so they were both conference games, but you guys finished the season in second place. You won 6 straight games. So, and nothing was probably more satisfying than that win against Gwynedd Mercy last week.
Yeah, it was a great win.
I mean, they have always been a tough team, so to beat them in double overtime was a huge accomplishment for, I know all of us were excited.
Mm-hmm. Because there was a little bit of nervousness heading into like the last minutes of regulation, because Gwynedd was winning 1-0 with like about 2 or so minutes left, and then Samantha Sizak scored the game-tying goal, and then she ended up scoring the game-winning goal in overtime off a header. So, like, I mean, I can't really put myself in I was there, so I was happy for you guys. But what was the feeling like when Samantha tied the game and then ended up winning the game? I mean, obviously, with 2 minutes left, you guys must have been shaking because you guys thought this was it was not meant to be.
I just remember when Sam scored, I literally started crying. For regulation time, I had tears running down my face, and I was beyond ecstatic because I knew if we beat them, then we would get second seed and get the first round bye. And it was the greatest feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, emotions were so high the entire game, and we were just trying to do as much as we could in those last few minutes to, first of all, tie them and then come back to win. So it was very awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Great feeling.
So now, as soon as you guys thought you were done with them, you had knocked them off. Now they are back. Same spot, same place as you played before. Probably better weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're coming back for a rematch. So what's the feeling going into this game? Obviously, you played them just a week ago. I think it was Tuesday, and so you guys played them just a week ago. So you guys know from recent memory what they're like, what they offer, what their threats are, who their threats are. So is there any mindset that's different from last week's game as apart from this week's game?
I think because we've played them already, we kind of know more what we're getting ourselves into. And there's a few players, especially defensively, that we have to watch out for. But I know, at least my mindset, and I think pretty much the whole team is that we got this, and we're all together in this, and we can do it.
Right. I mean, you can't really. You have to evaluate the past, but at the same time, it's a totally different game, different mindset. Both teams have already played a whole nother week's worth of soccer, so you're already kind of different teams at this point. So, I mean, we were watching game footage today, obviously, to kind of see what we did wrong, what we did right.
And this is
how-
game footage from.
From the Gwynedd
Last
game.
week, yeah.
Okay, so last week's
week,
game.
so.
But I think you guys are really riding on like a real high right now, fundamentally speaking. You guys have obviously won 6 straight games, 6 straight CSAC games, no less. Defeating Gwynedd Mercy obviously bolstered your confidence. And then I think what was even as much satisfying as anything else was the fact that you guys did short work of Rosemont in the season finale, a team that had beaten you guys in the CSAC semifinals last year. So obviously you guys have exacted some revenge in convincing fashion.
Well, we haven't beaten Rosemont in the past 2 years. Our sophomore and junior year, we lost to them. And last year, we lost the semifinal spot to them. And now the fact that we beat them 4-0, and we got first round bye, and they're not even in the tournament at this point. It's very empowering, and it's the high, as you said, the high the team has right now is unbelievable. Like I said before, we're all in this together, and we all think we can do it.
Anything more?
Right. It's a great feeling as seniors. It's just very validating. And I
Right.
think all of the underclassmen just really knew how much it meant to us, so they tried especially hard, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, harder than most games at the senior game. You know, there's a lot riding on it. So we've just, spirits are so high right now. We feel awesome and very confident.
Because I compare this a lot to how the men's soccer team did last year. They finished out the season, I think they won 8 straight games heading into the CSAC tournament. They got the first round by the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
They defeated Cabrini, if you remember that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a, I
We
forgot,
were
it was a
there.
3-2 shootout victory. I mean,
Yep.
that was crazy. And then they ended up defeating number 1 Marywood 1-0 in the championship. So now it seems like you guys have switched roles here. Now you guys are the number 2 seed with the winning streak and getting ready to play the CSAC semifinals against a team that was obviously well matched from the get-go. So I think I already asked, what's the mindset and everything. But Meg, I kind of want to shift this over to you because I always wanted to know something from a goalie's mindset. Like, I was thinking about this, how could I kind of put myself in Megan's shoes here when I'm talking to her?
It's not easy.
I'm sure it's not.
No.
But I sort of compared it to being a goalie in soccer is a lot like being a catcher in baseball. You see the whole field. You get to you kind of represent the defense in a way. You kind of tell your players what to do. Sort of like being a general on the field, pretty much. So what kind of role have you taken as Centenary's goalie? Like what usually is your thing to do?
My thing, I do my best. If another team scores, if we're tied 0-0, my biggest thing is keeping my spirits up and showing them that we still are in this game. Even if they score like they did against Gwynedd, we were down 1-0 till 2 minutes left.
Right.
But I do my best to make sure that does not get to me and I don't let another goal in. And it's a lot of mental, you need to be mentally in the game 90 minutes and directing the defense because you do see the whole field. You see the passes, you see who's open, you see who needs to mark who, and the girls have been amazing with this. They listen, if I give them direction, they do it. And we all know Nicole Crowley, she has probably saved all of us. Like Potter saved us, Sam saved us. Like we all play a vital role. And Crowley, I think, with me and her working together in the back and the freshman Emily Pizzuto, we can all just control the defense and keep everybody's spirits up if something happens.
So, okay, I'll shift this over to Laura now. Being a forward, we've seen, obviously Samantha Sizak led the conference in goals with 17, I believe. And obviously you're on that side alongside Becky Camp. If I can roll off some other people's names here.
Lorraine Diedrich.
There you go, Lorraine Diedrich and stuff. So, really, how do the 4 of you, or if not more than 4, when you guys are getting ready to go down the field, like for an offensive standpoint, what's sort of the chemistry you guys have? What's usually the mindset when you're preparing for something like that?
Well, I think probably the greatest thing about our offense is that we have all switched positions pretty much throughout the whole season. No one really has a set position. I go from left wing to forward to right wing, and all the girls do that. So it's really nice that it's so versatile, and you don't really feel stuck in your position. So I think, I don't know, I guess our main thing is that we play really well off of each other, and we kind of just have this telepathy almost. We never really talk, we just know what the other person's going to do, and just constantly moving and trying to be open for each other and setting each other up for great passes and just being supportive. And it all starts from the defense. Meg controls the field out there. We all listen to what she says, and we have Crowley and the whole defense. So it starts from the defense, and we work our way up and build as a team.
And as you said before, like, I can kind of see the whole field, and watching the girls and just build up from the defense is probably, it's almost like a art. Like the way we can pass the ball through teams and the way we move with each other, and it's very, like Potter said, it's like telepathy. Like, we just know. And watching this team develop the way it has and the movement we have with one another and how we know what one another is going to do, it's amazing. Like, I'm so confident that my midfield isn't going to lose the ball if I punt it. They are going to build up out of the mid, and it's amazing to see.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to switch us over to Dan now. Dan has some burning questions for you guys.
Thank
If you guys thought I was hard, wait till you hear from this guy.
Okay.
They're really hard.
Yeah.
I just started getting comfortable, guys. So.
All right. Now I'll throw the curveball. I guess, Megan, for you first. Is there any rituals you do before any game to get you ready?
Yes, actually there are. There's certain songs I listen to. There's a speech I listen to before every game. It's the Inches speech in Any Given Sunday.
Oh, that's a great
Okay.
one.
And I've showed it to a few of my teammates, and it gets me so motivated because it's so true that every inch counts. Like, especially in net, if I'm in a half an inch late, I'll miss the goal. They'll score. And if I'm there, I'm there. So that gets me really motivated. And I always touch the crossbar before I play. Every time, yeah.
Okay.
That's always, yeah. How about for you, Laura?
Oh yeah, many superstitions. I think all of us on the team have them.
No shave November?
Yeah. I think
I'm just kidding, I'm kidding, guys.
It doesn't do anything for me now.
I think our biggest thing is we have a little bit of a secret chant we do, which is definitely, it gets everybody pumped up right before we walk out for every home game, and not many people know of it because we keep it pretty well secret, but it is my biggest motivation.
And we've been doing that since we were freshmen in college, and I still, every time we do that chant, I still get goosebumps. I still feel that drive to want to play soccer.
That's always
Okay.
good. My last question, I guess, is what are your majors? We'll go with you first, Laura. What's your major?
I'm a sociology major.
Nice. That's always good. And how about you, Megan?
I'm a secondary education teacher, so high school.
So, you want to do high school?
Yeah.
Okay, I always visioned you as I mean, we've hung out in the past. I've always visioned you as more of a elementary school teacher, Megan.
I
No?
I have a lot of tolerance
wrong.
for kids, but I want to, eventually when I grow up, have a family of my own, I want to be able to go home to my kids and not be sick of kids. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Fair analysis. And before we let you go here, you obviously have heard that the men's soccer team won tonight.
Yes.
In crazy comeback fashion.
We were watching the whole game.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, we were watching it before the show too, and yeah, we were pretty pumped up about them winning. And the freshman Magno Franco just coming through in overtime to score the game-winning goal for the Cyclones. So is it kind of cool? Is it kind of like, is it comforting to know that the men are right there with you in this whole CSAC championship fight?
I think even, like I said, because we're seniors now, and since we were freshmen, both the men's and women's soccer team support one another. Like, I know the junior class of the men's team is at every single game. We have Abby Lawal, Abby Lawal, who literally coaches us from the sidelines. Like, he's saying, Potter, do this, Potter, you have somebody outside. I'll be like, Meg, great punt. Like, they encourage us so much. And unfortunately, I had a class tonight, so I couldn't go to the game. But seeing them do well is rewarding for us as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And any last thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to just, everyone's spirits are so high right now. We're always motivating each other. And I think one of the beautiful things about soccer is for men and women, it's the exact same game. You know, there's no rule changes, everything's the same.
Yeah, it's one of the rare sports that doesn't change.
Yeah, so it's really nice to be able to fully understand each other and be able to help each other out and show each other support, and it's comforting.
All right. Well, we're about to be going into our 11 o'clock news break here, but on the Cyclone Corner, we'd just like to thank Laura and Megan for donating some of their time to talking about everything that's going on women's soccer, and good luck in your game tomorrow. I'll sure be there
Thank you.
to cover it and announce for
Everybody
you
better
guys.
be there.
Yeah.
So
Everyone in this room, it is your homework to come to the game tomorrow.
if I don't
Alright.
see you guys there, it's gonna be a problem.
They're really.
Everything I cook last then. Okay.
And like,
I'll do it. I don't care.
Awesome.
and I'll be sure to cue up your pregame music and
All
everything.
right.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
try
as
to
I
make
always
it loud.
do.
Try to make it loud.
Yeah, make it loud so I can miss my
Yeah, you
glass.
have to put that up with the Hackettstown Police Department.
I
But
got it.
anyway.
We're on it.
We're on
So
it.
as we head into our 11 o'clock news break, of course, we have a winner to the trivia question who we